I've been having headaches and I've been having really bad neck pain. I know it's because of stress and I'm exhausted. And granted, I'm not getting a ton of sleep, but I'm tired and I'm extremely stressed at work and trying to move up in the company and provide for the family. And at the same time, I'm have these nightmares that Nathan is still alive and that he is drinking and coming after us and harassing us again, and all these different things. I have a time scheduled with my therapist in a couple of weeks, and I'm really considering, do I need to just take time off from work? I don't have enough vacation / sick time. I can take a leave, but it would be unpaid. And so it's so incredibly hard being a single parent, victim of domestic abuse, victim of, I guess, an alcoholic who wants things when they want it, wants their wife to perform whenever they want, and wants alcohol whenever they want, and wants their children and their family, and even with orders of protection, just continues to harass them. And then all of a sudden, not even a year, his body is found and I have to identify him by his tattoo. And it's just put such a strain on me, just everything. And it's almost as if this trauma so when I went through the trauma in the past, my body pushed through it. So everybody asked me, how are you so strong? And I thought, I pray about it. I don't have a choice. And now all of a sudden, when I sit and relax, all these vivid dreams come back. It's as if I wake up and I think that Nate is here drinking. It is so hard. And his family, which I posted a video about the verbal abuse from his dad that I encountered and multiple times, and had panic attacks from conversations I've had with him. And it's almost as if he is there verbally abusing me, and it's just over, and I'm scared something's going to happen. And it is just so difficult because I wake up and, like, last night I went to bed at 1 a.m. I woke up at 5 due to these vivid dreams, and I can't go back to sleep because I'm constantly thinking that Nate's here, or that his dad is going to call me and just lay into me and go off on me. And his dad the whole time protected Nate and believed Nate and got mad at me when I would ask him questions about how he knew certain information. For example, where I lived. How did you get my address? Because I didn't give it to anyone. And you know how I got it. You know how I got it. Why would you ask me something like that? No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about this. And then he hangs up on me. Ends up he had gotten it from Nate. That's a big deal. I need to know if the person harassing me has my address. I need to know if he's going to come and try to take the children or try to do something. He hit me with a car. I need to know if he has my address. That is a big deal. And you yell at me because I'm wondering how you got my address? There's a reason why I didn't give it to you, and I didn't give it to anybody. Work had it, and my mom had it, and my sister had it, and my dad had it. It's pretty much it. Nobody else had it. So yes, I'm going to wonder how you got my address, because I know that if you had it, I purposely didn't give it to you because I knew if you did that you wouldn't keep it to yourself. I knew if I gave it to anybody else, they wouldn't keep it to themselves. I did it because I was hiding and protecting the family. Then when I ask you why or how you got it, you yell at me and then hang up the phone. And then call me back and proceed to justify how you have the address and proceed to just be okay with it. Just be okay that your son knows that he has my address when he was convicted of domestic abuse. Convicted. There were warrants out for his arrest because he had been harassing us. And now I find out that he has my address? And you think that's okay? And you don't think that's information you should share with me? Is beyond what I can understand. None of it makes sense. And then, now he's not even alive. He's passed because of his addiction. He drank himself to death. And because our divorce wasn't finalized, I'm next of kin. So I have his Facebook account deleted because there were things on there that he was not allowed to post that was against the order of protection that I could not post because I didn't know this at the time. His brother memorialized the Facebook account, which I didn't know that he did that. Had I known that, I would have said, please don't. Wait, let me remove these images. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Because I couldn't take away these images and because I couldn't take this information off of Facebook that was in violation of the order of protection, I asked Facebook to close the account. Then I do that, and then his brother verbally attacks me. Like these text messages, I had to block his phone number. He wouldn't stop attacking me because I took his Facebook down. And I apologized numerous times. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I had no idea that you were still utilizing that account. It was memorialized. I don't know how the account got memorialized. I just assumed Facebook automatically did it. I don't know. He said, I memorialized it. I need to know those things. If you're using the account, like if you memorialized it and you want to keep accessing his account, meaning tagging him in things and going and looking at photos, I need to know those things. You need to communicate that. Because his family was well aware that he had posted things that were against the order of protection, that were in violation. And you know what his brother told me? Because I told him, I said, this involves the kids and myself. And he said, just don't let your kids go on Facebook. Okay, so when my kids are old enough to have Facebook, I should tell them no because their dad, who is no longer alive, who drank himself to death, has images that are on there that are against the order of protection. And it's not safe for you to see those images that he posted of you. That's why they shouldn't go on Facebook, because the person who's gone is entitled to continue to have a Facebook account. That does not make any sense to me. Why is it that everybody else has to cater to the person who decided to continue in his addiction knowing that it would take his life? Multiple doctors have told him if you continue to drink and take benzos, it is going to take your life. He knew this, sober knew this, and decided to relapse for the last time. Knew it, sober-minded, knew what he was doing, what he was getting into, and decided not to get help and decided not to get treatment. Of course, yes, that is part of the addiction. But He was very clear. So he would go to the hospital and he would get sober because he was so sick. He would get sober. He was sober for about a month, but he told people he didn't want to go to treatment. Sober-minded before he put himself into treatment. He decided, no, I'm not going to go to treatment. That's not going to help me. Oh, really? What is going to help you? Yourself? Because yourself is not helping you. And then he started drinking again. And then within 5 months, he was gone. We should leave this Facebook page up because you want to reference pictures and his Facebook of his intoxicated posts. One of them referencing how a wife should do whatever the husband asks in a intimate manner. But it was, trust me, it was more vulgar than that. It had to do with putting things in my mouth. You think that should stay on Facebook? Especially when he tried to do things to me when I said no and he wouldn't stop, and I got an order of protection because of it. And I didn't press charges because I wasn't thinking straight. I didn't press charges. But yet he can leave that on Facebook. You think that's okay? It is not okay. I don't want my children to know that's how their dad was. They will know the truth eventually. I'm sure that they will. They know the truth about how he passed. Let's put it that way, at a very high level. But they don't know what he did to me, what he did to the family other than leave. They don't know that he damaged the hotel rooms, that he has paid over $10,000 in damages to hotel rooms because of his addiction. That he can't control his bowels when he drinks because all he does is drink and not eat. Because all he wants is the alcohol. You want that on Facebook? You think that's okay to leave on Facebook, and that my children should not be allowed to have social media? Eventually, they're way too young now. Yes. I don't even know the age. Honestly, the first thing I can think of is, I think age restriction is 14 with Facebook. So that might possibly be an option at 14. I don't know. We're not there yet at all. We're not even close. But at some point in their lives, I can guarantee you, if Facebook is still around, which I don't think it's going anywhere, they will want to have an account. And I don't understand how this just continues and continues. And I'm traumatized and these dreams. So it's not only Nate in these dreams, it is his family in these dreams. Everything that they do is for Nate. And Nate's blood is still here. I don't care if they don't. I'm sure that they don't like me. I don't care if they don't like me. I really don't. I'm not here to please them. But I am put here. God put me here for a reason, and he put me in the situation I'm in for a reason. And their brother, their son and brother, are a part of the two children. And they don't care at all. At all. They don't care. And it's really sad. Daniel asked to go to New York and go visit his cousins and his Uncle Jackson and his Uncle Carl and his Grandpa Weaver. And he asked, and I said, that's not a trip that we can do. And he asked why. And I don't know how to answer that. I don't know how to answer that. And I don't know if his family even knows that I have this account. But if they ever see it, Dan and Carl, I would love to know, how do you want me to respond to the children? Because you're not responding to me. Daniel will text you from his number and you don't respond. What do you think that makes him feel like? How do you think that makes him feel? He had no control over his dad leaving him. And now his dad's gone. When his dad was here and healthy, the family dynamics were fine. All of us talked, all of us communicated perfectly fine. As soon as Nate relapsed, that's when everything turned and everything was put on my shoulders. And you distanced yourselves. And now that he's gone, you completely cut off contact. And if it's because of me, that's fine. But don't bring the children into it. Respond. Respond to your grandchild. Because he wants to know why you're not talking to him. And I can't answer that. He wants to see his family. And I can't do that for him. And I can't tell him why, because I don't know why. All I know is the last time we had a conversation, Carl, you were angry because I deleted Nate's Facebook. I apologized multiple times. I said, hey, I will give you all the photos you want. I have Nate's old phone. I will give it to you. You can create a new account. Put all the photos you want on there. You can manage it. You can do whatever you want. It was a mistake. People make mistakes. It was a mistake that I cannot undo. I can't go back to Facebook because it completely deletes everything. You can't just reinstate it. So I don't know what to say. But if Facebook is really the reason why you won't talk to your niece and your nephew, or Dan, why you won't talk to your grandchildren, are you really choosing that over your son's children? That's my question to you. Because if you are, that is going to break their hearts. Because their dad chose alcohol over them. And I just don't know how to manage it. And I don't know how to manage these dreams that I'm having of Dan and Carl attacking me, of Nate drinking and being around me, and I can't get away from him. And I have to manage those sleepless days. Manage that with raising 2 children on my own. And manage work and the stresses of work. And I'm at a point where I just don't know that my body can take much more stress. I am physically depleting. The headaches, the migraines, they don't go away anymore. The sleepless nights are getting full of awake moments because I am terrified that I will have a bad dream.